any confusion, then you can just raise your hand and ask question. Okay, or you can directly write in a chat box as well. So the basic thing is the two types of combinational circuits. First, two types of digital circuits. The number one is the combinational and the second is the sequential. Combinational we have already done. We have done all the combinational circuits, its types and all that section. Okay, now it's done for the sequential. Acha, in class we haven't discussed the type of sequential. We have two more types of sequential circuits. Okay, two more types of sequential circuit means the first thing, the sequential is dependent on the current input plus the memory element. This is the main theme of sequential. Then we have two types of synchronous sequential circuits. And what are they? They are synchronous circuits and asynchronous circuits. So what is the basic difference between synchronous and asynchronous? Is this clear what I'm talking about? I have started with the digital, then two types, combinational and sequential types of two sequential circuit. That is the synchronous and asynchronous. First thing, first we have a deep review of this one. First I will. Yes. First, we have a detailed look on a synchronous and asynchronous, then again coming back to the types and other details. Okay. So, what is the synchronous? Synchronous is basically circuits where you have the clock signal. Means clock signals mean any idea? Yes, class. Continuously the guest interrupt. 7 guests, 6 guests, 8 guests. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's start again. I am talking about the sequential circuits. We have already discussed in class the main division of circuits, that is the combinational and sequential. Combinational we have already done. Combinational are basically in which the output is dependent only on the current previous output. Okay, is this clear? Then we have two types of sequential circuits, that are synchronous sequential circuit and asynchronous sequential circuits. So the main question is that what is the difference between synchronous and asynchronous sequential circuits? Okay, so what are the synchronous and what are the asynchronous? The term synchronous relates to the clock signal. Is this clear? The term synchronous means this is related to the clock signal. And asynchronous means although it is dependent on your previous input, but this will not affect by the clock signal. Okay? The main concept is that the synchronous has the clock signal. It will change its input when you apply a clock signal. It will change its output when you apply a clock signal on it. And asynchronous will not affect by the clock signal. Is this clear? So what is the basic difference between synchronous and asynchronous? Class? Please thumbs up or write yes or no. Okay. So the main definition is for synchronous sequential circuit is that circuits that change its output only at the specific timing. Specific timings means when you apply a clock signal on it. Okay. It has a clock pulse. It Yes, it has a clock pulse and it will change its state on the rising and falling edge of clock. I think you remember that we have discussed this thing in a class as well. Okay, what was the thing that will, what was the thing means, what was the circuit, what was that component that will change its state on the rising and falling edge of clock? We have already discussed some types. Hope you remember that. We have discussed that flip flop is a type that will change its state either on the rising and falling edge of clock. Its mean flip flops are the synchronous sequential circuit. Is this clear? We have discussed in class that synchron flip flop change its state either on the rising edge or falling edge. Its mean the output of flip flops are synchronized with the clock signal. Whenever you have the rising and falling edge of clock, its output will affect. So the flip flops are basically type of synchronous sequential circuit. Okay. So the key features are simply the clock pulse changes its output on the rising or falling edge. Okay. So these are some other features related to the synchronous circuits that it will easier to design. We will predict our signals when it's mean ke when the clock is applied, it will change its output. Okay. And the examples are that we have already discussed, like the flip flops, D flip flop, T flip flop, JK. In one section we have done till JK, and I think in section A we have done all the four types of flip flops. Okay. So the main theme is that whenever the clock signal is applied, it will update its state. Okay. These are the examples of flip flops, synchronous sequential circuits, that is the JK, DP, and SR. Acha, we have done flip flops, but counters and shift registers are also the type of synchronous sequential circuits. But we will discuss these two examples, means that these two components, the counters and registers, in later topics. Okay. So, so again, I'm admitting the guest only in this class. I will not allow the guest next time. Okay. So this is the main thing of synchronous circuits. Okay, we have the clock signal. We have the clock signal, and the output is dependent on the clock signal. The next thing is the next thing is your asynchronous. And asynchronous means that this circuit will change its output will change its output when the input changes. Obviously, input plus the previous state, this is the combination on input side, but there is no clock present in the asynchronous circuits. Is this clear to all of you? What is the main difference between synchronous and asynchronous? That asynchronous is changes output immediately as soon as you changes its input, plus it already dependent on the previous state, but there is no clock signal present in the asynchronous circuit. Okay, this will not wait for the clock. So the key features related to the asynchronous circuits are there is no clock signal, obviously the faster response because they are not waiting for the clock to occur. Okay. And harder to design means in a sense of hardware that it will need extra circuitry for making the output stable. Okay. The working idea is again the same, that output depends directly on the input chain and the current state. There is no clock signal present in this. Okay. The examples for asynchronous sequential circuits are latches, that we have already discussed in class, that latches are basically level triggers. Level triggers means the they will not affect on the rising and falling. Means on the rising and falling means they will not affected by the occurrence of clock. Okay, the change of clock. If there is if there is some circuitry in which we are using a mixture of this different types of circuits, then the part of a main circuit, that is the asynchronous, will not be affected by the clock, will not be affected by the triggering of clock. Is this clear? So the examples for this are SR latch and ripple counters. Okay, in class we have done till flip flops, different types of flip flops, the latches, and the rest of the sequential circuits are left. Okay, is this clear? The main theme between a synchronous and asynchronous is clear to all of you. One is with the clock, that is synchronous, and one is without clock, that is asynchronous. Okay, but both are the types of sequential circuits. Again, the similarity is that both are the type of sequential circuits, both depends on the input plus the previous output, but but the difference is that synchronous is with the clock, and synchronous is synchronized with the clock, and asynchronous is without clock. Okay, and again you have the examples for both. So this is a detailed discussion of the synchronous and asynchronous that has not done in the class. That's why I'm talking about the synchronous and asynchronous. Okay. So after the synchronous and asynchronous, again coming to the previous slide. Yes. So synchronous is simply synchronized with the clock, and asynchronous, that is not synchronized with the clock, means it is only dependent on the current plus the previous state. Acha, what is clock? Again, we have discussed this in class. A clock is basically a series of pulses, and we have already drawn this signal of clock. This is the rising edge. This is the falling edge. This is my high, and this is my low level. Okay, and the timing, the interval between these two corresponding edges, means the rising and the falling, is basically a clock period. Okay, okay. The difference between, yeah, the interval between the rising and falling is the clock period. Okay, class, is this clear? Okay, so so again a quick recap of flip-flops. Memory elements store binary information that we have discussed. So yes, so coming to the flip-flops that we have already started in the class. What is flip-flop? Can anyone tell? Yes, class. What is flip-flop? Yes, it stores one bit at a time. Okay, it stores one bit at a time, and it's a edge triggering device. And one more thing that we can add now, that it is the type of synchronous sequential circuit as well. Okay, so the four different types of flip flops were the D flip flop, T flip flop, JK, and RS. Were first one is the D flip flop. In class, we have discussed only the positive edge trigger. By default, it's a positive edge trigger, but we can also symbolize it using the negative edge trigger as well. This was the basic graphical symbol of a D flip flop that we have already done. The graphical symbol of D flip flop with the positive edge triggering. Positive edge triggering means whenever the rising edge of clock comes, it will change its output. Okay, but we can also use with this D flop with the negative edge triggering. So for the negative edge triggering, the change, what will be the change in your graphical symbol? We will show only a bubble before the clock signal that will show its negative edge triggering. Is this clear? This will show its negative edge triggering. Means this one, the first one that we discussed in the class was positive edge trigger. But if I will use a bubble before the clock signal, then this will become a negative edge triggered flip flop. Clear? Clear to all of you? Okay. Then then we have four types. Then we coming to the D flip flop. D flip flop that we have already discussed. What was the D flip flop? Yes, it's a data flip flop. Data flip flop means whatever be the input will comes on the output. Clear? Whatever be the input will come on the output. And again, we have discussed this with the only with the positive edge triggering in the class. If we want to mention it with a negative edge triggering as well, so what is the difference? We just have to show the clock signal. As for the positive edge triggering, it will be the upward arrow. Okay, and for the negative edge triggering means up, it will be the downward arrow. Upward arrow means it will show the rising edge of clock, and the downward arrow means it will show the falling edge of your clock. Is this clear to all of you? The same thing we are just revising with the synchronous and asynchronous concept, and with the rising and falling edge of clock. Clear to all of you? Nothing new in it. We have already discussed this in a class that D flip flop is simply a data. Whatever be the input, it will comes on the output, but on either on the rising edge or on the falling edge. Falling edge means the negative edge. Okay, and how we will differentiate this rising and falling in the graphical symbol? We will use a bubble sign before the clock symbol, and we can write the we can write an extra column of clock in my truth tables. And for positive edge triggering, just write the upward arrow, and for negative edge triggering, just write the downward arrow. Yes, in positive edge triggering means whenever we have the rising edge of clock, it will change its output. But on the falling edge of clock, this will not affect my output. It will remains it will remain its on its previous state. Okay, clear as now? Okay, if we have the positive edge triggering means it will affected by only the positive edge, and on the negative edge it will retain its previous state. So the next thing is JK. Again, if the JK, what was the JK? JK is the set reset, and we have two inputs, the same thing, but this Yes, the same thing, but this time again a minor changes in the truth table, that we have a clock signal present in it. And if we are talking about the positive edge triggering, then I have to show an upward arrow in my clock column. And if it's the falling edge, then I have to show the downward arrow in my clock signal, clock column. Okay? Clear to all of you? Can you recall, any of you, what was the JK flip flop? Set reset? Yes, it's set reset. But quickly unmute and answer. We have four options: 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Then how it will work? Quickly. This is written, I guess, Shehzadi Vania Habib. Yes, Shehzadi Vania Habib. Can you tell me the main characteristics of JK flip flop? Quickly answer. We have a very little time. Yes, Rafe Jamal. Yes. So D was the data, and JK is the set reset, and we have already discussed this thing, that for JK again the 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay. If we have the 0, 0, it's mean no change, and if we have 0, 1 means we are. Yes, Aisha. Yes, Aisha. Do you want to say something? You have raised your hand. Okay, the 0, 1 means I am applying the reset signal. Okay, set signal basically. So set is for JK and reset is for, yes, set is for J and reset for K. So this will become reset. 1, 0 means K, I want to set, means I am applying my set signal. So this will become set. Yes. And 1, 1 means for JK flip flop, for 1, 1, this will toggle. Yes, this will toggle for 1, 1 case. So this is the D flip flop that has only the data transfer. This is my JK flip flop that has four combinations, that is of no change, reset, set, and toggling. Then we have the RS and T flip flop as well. But can you solve this? This is already solved, but can you check this one? I'm hiding the output signal. Then can you see that it's a JK flip flop? This is my clock. The same thing that we have already. Class, it's, I think, multiple times I'm admitting the guests. And this will interrupt my class as well. So if you have this JK flip flop, okay, class, if you have a paper pen with you, can you please draw this clock signal on it? This is the graphical symbol, the same as we discussed in our class, that is 2 J and K, 2 inputs, Q and Q dash are the outputs. This is my clock signal. Okay. The question is that determine the Q output for the JK flip flops with the given input. Okay. You have this clock signal. Clock signal means this is the rising, then this is falling, then again this the rising, and means I have drawn one square wave. Okay. And then after this we have the input J and K. In short, in this diagram we have the clock signal and input J and K in a wave form. Okay. And we have to predict the output wave. Okay. We have to predict the output wave as well. So what we have to do, we can simply check that this one, yes. So check this clock signal. We have this clock, and then this is my J input. J input means initially it is 1, then this will become 0, then this is 1, then this will 0. Okay, this is showing 1 signal, this is showing 0, this is 1, this is 0. Same is for K input. The wave for the K, these J and K are the given waves. Okay, given clock, given square waves for the inputs of J and K. Clock is given, J signal is given, K signal is given, means J, K inputs are given in the form of a wave, and you have to predict the output Q. Okay, so what will happen? This will like, when you have J is 0 and K is 0 and you have the positive edge triggering of clock, what will happen? If J is 1 means the set input is 1 and reset input is 0, then what will be the output for 1 0? Class, what will be the output for JK10 means I want to set my output. Then it's mean कि on the rising edge of clock, my output will be 1. Is this clear? Yes, is this clear? When I applied 1 0 on JK and my rising edge of clock comes, then I have the output 1 means, yes, Faizan, this is my clock signal. Okay, the clock signal is clear to all of you? Class, the clock signal is clear to all of you? How I have drawn this signal? This is my 1, this is my 0, this is my 1, this is my 0. Okay, the input J is given again in the form of wave, that is J is 1, and for this period of time J is 0. Again for this period of time J is 1, and for this period of time J is 0. Okay, coming to the K. For this whole period of time, K is 0. For this whole period of time, K is 1. For this 0, for this 1, and for this 0 again. Okay. These three waves are given to you. Is this clear? Okay, these three waves are given, and we have to draw only this output wave, that is written Q over there. Is this clear? Okay, I have to draw only this Q. And how I will draw this Q? I will check my clock. This is the rising edge of my clock. Okay. Then I will check my J and K. J is 1, K is 0. So what will be the output for J1 and K0? It will set. It will set because J input is 1 and K is 0. So the Q will be 1. And it will remains 1 till we have again the positive edge of clock. Okay, you can see that on the falling edge of clock, it will not affect my output. Ashna, is this clear? This time, K only on the positive edge, it will affect, but on the falling edge of clock, it will not affect my output. It will remain same as 1. But on the next positive edge triggering, on the next positive edge triggering, we have to check my J and K again. This time I have J is 1 and K is 1. And from the previous tables, we all know that when we will apply J equals to 1, K equals to 1, means on the 1-1 combination for JK, the output will be, yes. Can anyone tell quickly? Yes, class. Yes, it will toggle. So on 1-1, it will toggle. It will toggle from 1 to 0. Is this clear? It will toggle from 1 to 0. Now this will become 0. on the next positive edge of clock. Now this will remain 0 till the next positive edge of clock come. Is this clear to all of you? Again on the next means I have to check only on these 4 arrows. These 4 arrows that will indicate the 4 rising edges of my clock. Okay? Okay, is this clear? I have to check on these 4 rising edges of clock. Yes. Why is the ledge? This is not a ledge. This is not a ledge. It's mean कि it will retain its output. Okay. We are at this point. We are not at this point right now. So first we have to clear this point and then we will come on the next. Okay. So on this point it will toggle, means from 1 1 it will become 0 and remains 0 till the next positive edge of clock. And on this positive edge again I have to check my J and K. This time J is K and K is 0, means I am setting my output. So this will change from 0 to 1. And if this will remains 1 till the next edge of clock. This time 0 0. And for 0 0 you have no change. For no change it will retain its output. Retaining means it will latch its output. Okay, if it's 1 then it will remains 1. The term latch is basically used for it will retain its previous state. There is no change in the output. Okay, is this clear to all of you? This is a simple way with the J and K inputs in the waveform, and we have to draw the Q signal on it. Okay, so yes, so after this JK flip-flop, you have the D flip. One more thing. I'm coming to the next 1 minute. Yes. So, in one section we have done with the SR as well. So, first we discuss the D flip-flop, that is the data flip-flop, whatever be the input will comes on the output. Then JK flip-flop. In JK flip-flop we have 4, that is no change, set, reset and toggling on the 1 1. And this is my SR flip-flop. That is the 4th type of flip-flop. Directly come to this point in this. Yes, this is this one. In this, yes, any question, class? Yes, class. Okay. So the last type, that is the SR flip-flop, is again for the set and reset. The difference between JK and SR is in the last combination. You can see, those who have not done the SR flip-flop in their copies, please complete it after the class. Again, the same thing. The first was the graphical symbol. You can draw the graphical symbol. In place of JK, you can write SR. Okay? Rest of the graphical symbol is same. Then we have the characteristic table. Here you have this characteristic table. This is the abbreviated characteristic table. You can write the full and then you can write the abbreviated as well. And the next was the expression. You can easily calculate the expression for it. We will discuss this characteristic table and excitation table, and you can do at your own its minimization and its expression. Okay, so the characteristic table for SR flip-flop is simply Again, the abbreviated table is 0001 1011. Can you find any difference between JK and SR? The 00, no change. 01, it's 01 means I want to reset my output. When I am applying R equals to 1 means I am resetting. So Q is 0 and the complement of Q is 1. When I am applying 10 means I want to set. It's mean my output is 10. Is this clear? So if it's 10, then what happened on the last signal? This is 11. You can see the difference in JK and SR flip-flop, that in JK, the 1-1 combination is related to the toggling. But here you can see that 1-1 means indeterminate, that is invalid high impedance state. Means there is no output on the signal 1-1. Is this clear to all of you? What is the basic difference between JK and SR? The last combination, that is the 1-1, in JK will toggle your output, and in SR it will in high impedance state, that is invalid. Okay, so this is the main characteristic table for it. Excitation table is simply the current plus the next state. Class, is this Hans Raj, Bakhtiar, are you all present? Is this clear to all of you, Aisha? Yes. So what is the excitation table? For excitation table, we have the current state plus the next state. Yes, level triggering is for latches. Level triggering is for latches. Plus, we will see that all asynchronous circuits will retain on the levels because there is no clock present in it. So they will maintain their states on the levels as well as on the edge triggering. But they are specifically used for latches. Okay. So the excitation is simply the current plus the next state. For current and next state, we have 0001 1011. We have to check the current plus next in this way. So whenever you check that if your current is 0 and the next is 0, so what will happen? How this will come? If 0 remains 0 means either it be the combination of no change or I was resetting my input. Is this so? Either if it's 0, if the previous is 0 and the next is 0, what does it mean? It's mean okay, either the no change combination or I want to reset my signal. Clear? So it's mean S is 0, but R can be 0 or maybe 1. So it's mean this may be written as 0 and don't care. Is this clear to all of you? Yes, class, quickly thumbs up or thumbs down. Yes, 0 and don't care will comes. It's mean okay, the previous is 0 and the next is 0. The next combination is 0, 1. 0, 1 means the previous is 0, but the next is 1. So it's mean okay, I am resetting my output. Okay. Resetting me. I am setting my output because it will set. Okay. From 0 to 1, it's mean okay, I have applied some signal. I have applied input on SR that will set my output. Means it is the only combination 1 0. Third case is the 1 0. 1 0 means कि you have the 0, you have the 1 and it will convert into 0. Means I am resetting. I am resetting means okay, I have applied R signal. So this is 0 and 1. And for the last one, that is the 1 1. Okay, the previous is 1 and the next is 1. So when this happen, Okay, your previous is 1 and the next is also 1. Either I have, I want to set my input. Okay, either I want to set my combination, or it has no change. Okay, so for these combinations we have 0 0 and 1 1. It's mean that the set may be 0 or 1, but R is 0. So in this way you have completed your excitation table. Okay, for 0 0, for all these combinations you have SR in terms of 0 don't care, 1 0, 0 1, and don't care 0. Is this clear to all of you? This is the only flip-flop that has left in the class. D, T, J, K has already done, and SR, now SR is already done. SR is done in one, but the next section, I think in section D, this was not done. The section D, you can complete it from here. Okay? After the class, you can write it in your copies as well. Graphical symbol, characteristic table, excitation table, and then use a minimization for finding the expression for SR flip-flop. Now coming to this main thing. This is my circuit diagram. Okay, we have not discussed. Okay, we have not discussed the circuit diagram for any of the flip-flop yet. Okay, so let's start with the flip-flop, because first we will discuss the simple combination of latches in the class, and then we will discuss these more detailed forms. So, but here we discuss only this combination. This is the SR flip-flop. This is the circuit diagram for a SR flip-flop. Class, all of you please concentrate. For SR flip-flop, this is the circuit diagram, means this is the NAND implementation. Which gate is this? This is my NAND gate. NAND means when any of the input is 0, output is 1. It's 11:01, but I will take your class till 11:30 because I have to complete this topic. Okay? Do you have any class after my class? You are free now. Okay, so we can continue. So please focus on this circuit diagram. What is this? This is basically a NAND implementation of SR flip-flop. Okay, NAND implementation means we will use only NAND gates for this implementation. Breakfast class. Okay, so quickly cover this. In this diagram, you can see we have 4 NAND gates. First one having the S input. You can do your breakfast along with the class. All your cameras are off. I have no issues. Okay. So the the first one is the first NAND gate is with the S input. The second NAND gate with the R input. And you can see the second input of both gates is my clock signal. Is this clear to all of you, this first combination? The next is basically, we will call this combination as a cross-coupled combination. This is the cross-coupled. Cross-coupled means the output of one is the input to the next, and the input of this first one is the output to the next. Is this clear? This combination, that is output to the input and input to the output, is basically a cross coupled, and this cross coupled will gives you a storage capability, or this will gives you a memory. This will basically portray a memory element, how it will retain its previous state. Okay, this cross coupled is basically portraying a memory combination, yani 2. Yes. So this is the cross coupled connection, and these are the starting inputs with the clock signal as well. Acha, what we are going to do, we are simply want to check these combinations one by one. I will check one and the rest of the combinations you can check later on. Pick any of the combination. Let's say we will assume that you have initially you have 0 and 1 on your output. For example, assuming that initially this q is 0, and obviously if this q is 0, then q bar is 1. Okay, initially q is 0, q bar is 1. So, and I will check, let's say this second combination 0 1. Okay, means I am applying 0 on S and 1 on R. So how this will work? Please, class, all of you, stay focused. I have in the initial state is that q is 0 and 1 is q bar, and I am applying 0 1 combination on my this circuit. Yani S is 0 means I am checking this one, 0 and 1. So 0 on this, 1 on this, and whenever I apply a clock signal means 1 and 1. Okay. So what will be the output of this NAND gate? NAND gate, output of NAND gate, when any one input is 0, so what will be the output? Output of NAND gate is when any of the input is 0, output is 1. So when this 0, it will gives you 1 at the output of this NAND gate. And for the second NAND gate, it will gives you 1 and 1. This 1 1 will gives you 0. Okay, this one means that I am applying a clock signal. This one and this one. G class, is this clear to all of you? Yes. Okay, I have started with the by checking the previous state that previously Q is 0 and Q bar is 1, and I am applying S 0 on S and 1 on R. Along with this clock signal that is 1 1. First NAND gate will gives you on 0 1, it will gives you 1, and on 1 1 this will gives you 0. Okay, acha. So what will be these inputs? These inputs are cross coupled, means this 0 will go there, means this is again 0. This 1 will go there, it's mean this is 1. So on 1 1, what will be the output of your this NAND gate on 1 1? On 1 1, your output will be 0. Means from 0, it will remains 0. And for 0 0, from this one, it will on 0 0, what will be the output of NAND gate? This will be 1. The new output is 1. On 1 1, the new output is 0, and you can see that it will remain same from 0 to 0. On 0 0, the output of this NAND gate becomes 1, and previous is 1, and this is again 1. You can see the new outputs are 0 and 1. Means if I applied the reset signal, then this will become reset, means the output is 0 and 1. Is this clear to all of you? Class, is there any question? Just stay focused, just start with the previous state, that whatever be your previous state on Q and Q dash will reflect back as this cross coupled connection to these inputs. Okay, these outputs will reflect back through cross coupled connection on these inputs, and whatever be applied on this S and R will gives you output on this NAND gate, and the second input of these two inputs are basically the second inputs of these two NANDs. One was the from the cross coupled, and one input is from this S and R, from these combination, and then you can check this one. I have checked this 0 1. Quickly check it for 1 0. G class, Hansraj. Clock signal is coming. Okay, whenever I applied this clock signal, because when we will apply the clock signal, then it will work. So we have to assume, or we have to sure that whenever this is 1 1, that it will start working. If it is 0, then obviously SR flip flop will not work. Okay. Yes, is this clear, Muhammad Amir? All flip flops are not positive edge trigger. When you have this clock signal written as simple CK or without any bubble sign, that this means it's a positive edge triggering. If the same diagram is for negative edge triggering, then I have to show clock with the complement symbol, or in a graphical symbol I have to draw a bubble on my before the clock signal. Then this means that this flip flop will work on the negative edge triggering. Is this clear, Fai? Yes, obviously it's given, then either it's a negative or positive edge triggering. Or if it's not given in the form of statement, then obviously there is some clue, or there is some symbolic representation that will show that it's either it's a negative or positive. Is this clear to all of you? Okay, so you can quickly verify it for 1 0, starting with the 0 and 1. With the 1 1, if we are applying 1 here and 0 here, then what will happen? Do you have the output as 1 0? How many of you have the how many of you have the answer 1 0 on applying SR? Yes, class. G, quickly verify it for the 1 0. For 0 and 1. Those who have done, quickly thumbs up. Verify it with the 1 0. Assuming that this is 0, this is 1. If this is 0, this is 1, you have 0 over there and you have 1 over there. And this time you have, on S you have 1 and on R you have 0. This 1 1 will give you, for NAND, this 1 1 will give you 0. Is this so? This 1 1 will give you 0, and in this 0, we, as soon as we have 1 0 on a NAND, it directly gives you 1. So this was the cross couple 0 and this was the cross couple 1. So this 0 1, this 0 1 will change this 0 to 1, and this 0 0 will change this 0 0 will change this into 1. Okay, so you can also verify this. Quickly coming to the next. This is my SR. Acha. Now JK that we have already done, but let's check quickly the summary of JK flip-flop. What is the summary of JK flip-flop? Yes, class, are you all with me? Done with the JD, done with the SR. You have checked the SR flip-flop. Okay. Now check. Now the new thing in this summary report is its circuit diagram. The characteristic and excitation we have already done in the class. Okay. The characteristic and excitation we have already done. Let's check the circuit diagram. We have this circuit diagram with us. The same thing. You can see the clock signal. Again, it's a NAND implementation of JK flip-flop. In this diagram, we have 4 NAND gates. The first 2 NAND gates have inputs J and K with the clock signal. The next 2 NAND gates have a cross-coupled connection. Cross-coupled connection means the output of one is connected to the input of the second gate, and similarly the output of the second is connected to the input of first. This is my cross coupled connection. Okay, acha, one extra thing you have seen in this diagram, one extra thing. What is the extra thing here? What is the difference between the diagram of JK and SR? Can you spot the difference between the two diagrams? Quickly answer. Are you all there? Yes, class. Quickly spot the difference between the two diagrams, in between the two circuit diagrams. Yes, why? In this diagram, yes, in this diagram you have this feedback. This feedback. Okay? This is my, these two lines are extra in this diagram. These two lines are extra in this, and they are basically used for tackling with the toggle combination. They are basically providing us this toggle input. Okay, previously we have the invalid and we don't have this feedback in our circuit, but this time we have this third signal as the feedback. Feedback means the output is again connected to the input, this one, and these two lines are basically for the toggling effect. Okay, if you have a question like this, what is the difference between the JK and RS, and what is the difference in the circuit diagram as well, how you can spot the difference between these two, so you can simply write, okay, you have the toggling on 1-1 combination. For SR you have invalid outputs, but in JK you have the toggle combination, and in circuit diagram you have this feedback. When, yes, yes, Asna. Here you can see that these two, Asna, I am not clear with your question. This Q and Q dash is the basically a feedback combination that will tackle with the, that is basically deal with the toggle input. Okay, so this is the basic difference. Again, we can check the same 0 and 1 if we assume that Q is 0, and then obviously the Q bar. Obviously, if 1 is true, then other is 1. Then this is 0 and this is 1. Okay, if this is 1, then it will 0 because they are complement of each other. Okay, so again, we can see by applying any of the combinations, you can check it with by applying these combinations as the feedback. Check it for all these four combinations. Okay, this is your task. Let's take the initial state Q is 0 and Q dash as 1. If Q is 0, Q dash is 1. Assuming that initially Q is 0, Q dash is 1. Apply all these combinations 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. You can do it after the class. Okay, apply 0, 0, 0, 1 and check for the NAND, and then for this cross coupled, and verify this characteristic table for all these combinations. Okay, is this clear what you have to do? Yes, class, you can do it after the class. Just take the initial state as 0 and 1 and then apply these JK and verify these input signals. Clear? So after this you have JK summary. This is my T flip-flop. Acha, I will share this slide. Then you have the circuit diagrams for all of you. We have not discussed the circuit diagrams of all these flip-flops. So, but here you have the circuit diagrams as well. So you can draw all these 4 circuit diagrams in your copies also. Okay. This is the same characteristic table and excitation table that we have discussed, that T is for basically toggling. Okay. Then after this T flip-flop, you will draw, you have to draw all these circuit diagrams, yani all 4 circuit diagrams for D, T, JK and RS in your copies along with your questions. Okay, this is my D flip-flop and this is the diagram. This is my diagram. This is D from, this is written T but this is D. Okay, so this is my D. The next topic is for designing of sequential circuit that we will discuss in our next class. Okay. So up till now, if you have any question, you can ask. G class. If you have any query, this is the T flip-flop circuit diagram. You have to draw this diagram in your copies. In the question that we have already done for the T flip-flop, this is my T, that is DT, and this is my JK diagram, circuit diagram. You also have to draw this diagram in your question, in your copies. And this one is my SR. Okay, this one is my SR. Plus, you can verify all the 4 diagrams with 1 or 2 input combinations. Yes, no miss means. Is this clear or not? Clear. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, okay, class. Acha, you have to check. You have to draw these diagrams in your copies, and then you have to check the combinations. You have to verify the combinations for all these 4 diagrams. You have to verify any 2 combinations for each flip-flop and taking the initial state as 0, 1. Okay, is it clear to all of you what you have to do? Okay, this is your task till the Monday's class. In Monday's class, we inshallah in a physical class, we will start with the next topic. Okay, I will share these 2 things, the synchronous and asynchronous and this thing later on. Okay, after the class. Initial state wali baat is this, कि you have to draw these 4 diagrams in your class, okay, in your lectures, and then you have to verify these characteristic tables. In flip-flops, the third input is basically the feedback input. Okay, the third input is the feedback input. Otherwise, the main inputs are J and K and S and R or D or T. Yes, I will share these slides after the class. Okay, I will share these slides plus the synchronous asynchronous document. You have to draw these diagrams, and the thing of initial state is that you have to draw the diagrams plus you have to verify these combinations with by taking initial state of Q and Q dash as 0 and 0 bar. Okay, we have to check for Q and Q dash because it will cross coupled on this combination. So we have to assume something on a Q and Q dash. So taking Q as 0 and Q dash as 1 and then check all the combination. Is this clear? Acha, class, for attendance, please don't mix the section A and B. First, all section A, write your roll numbers in chat box, please. Only section A, quickly write your roll numbers in chat box. Okay. Class, only section A, please quickly write your roll numbers in chat box and you may leave. Okay, and thank you so much, class. Quickly write down section A. Yes, all the section A, write down your roll numbers and you may leave. Okay. G. Now all section A done. Thumbs up if all section A done with the attendance. Okay. If any of the section A student left for marking their attendance, no. Okay. Okay. Then section B, please write your roll numbers quickly. One by one. And you may leave. Thank you.